to Georgia Me Perspective. Today we are celebrating the life, the legacy, and glory of one of my heroes, everyone's heroes, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. We'll be talking about his life, his impact, his family. What are you doing to bring out the Dr. King in you? And my crush. Everybody know I'm like #1 Martin Luther King fan. I'm just saying I would have been back then. I would have been trying to give him some cool cat, give him some pie or something. I'm just saying, we trying to save the people. You deserve pussy and pie in every court. That's just my opinion. But we gonna talk to my friends, the beautiful Emma Green, Chi-Town's finest spoken word artist, actress, activist, and teacher. My homeboy Red Storm, also acclaimed award-winning writer, author, motivational speaker, actor himself. And we have other guests joining us today. So just sit back and enjoy the Georgia Me Perspective on the mighty, glorious Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. We're gonna start out by talking about the global impact that Martin created by just trying and being fearless. When you think about Martin Luther King, both of you, first we'll start with Emerald, what do you think about? Honestly now, you got to be politically correct.
No, I just think about his connection to Chicago more than anything. I just think about his connection with, he came to the west side of Chicago. I think about when he passed, how Chicago sent the deck up. You know, that was one of the times they really rioted and looted when Martin Luther King passed.
Along with like 20 other cities and communities across the country. You know, but no joke, when he passed away, Boston went up, DC went up, Memphis went up, LA went up.
LA always goes up. That's another shit in the show. But yeah, so I just think about his connection to Chicago. I think about how he, you know, when he came, I think about even what Martin Luther King, we wouldn't have Jesse Jackson in the way that we have, Operation Push in the way that we have in Chicago. So I just think about MLK and that aspect. I also think about, this might be some real abstract stuff, but I think about, you remember when they talked about it on barbershop and it went up, I'm like, dang, that was in Chicago with some haters. But I do think about just, you went to the same high school.
I feel you, man, when you say something about haters, a lot of people don't realize as much as we revere Martin Luther King, he was considered a communist, a socialist. When he died, right here in his own hometown, there was parties. It was like, we having that big-headed nigga is dead because they was afraid of what he was trying to bring. When change is very scary to people. So it wasn't just like he was just revered, you know, mythological creature that we have now. He was a human. He went to Washington High. BTW right here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Build on the building. But what you think about when you think about MLK?
Well, I'm sort of on the lines of Emerald, you know, being from Chicago, just the political aspect of it, the fight the power aspect of it. You know, I was born and he got killed. So, you know, I'm learning from the aspect of what everybody else telling me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my grandparents, my people, you know what I'm saying, revered him, they say, you know what I'm saying, he was.
Do you feel like our generation gives enough homage to Martin Luther King?
I think they do.
Our generation does, but.
I mean, in not just speaking about him, but in action.
Our generation does.
Our generation does.
But as you go get younger,
it's no more non-violent. Like, that's over.
But see, that was old before King passed too. We'll get to that later.
But I'm saying that as far as our generation, we adhere to MLK. You know what I'm saying? But it's a different type of reverence. They look at him like a historical figure. You know what I mean? We can't. Our mom and them, they be right up under that. So they look at it more like MLK instead of, you know. So that was.
But think about the life of a man and how, you know, all his life he was bred to serve.
Oh, yeah.
First, you know, being a scholar, he graduated at 15. Really didn't graduate. He skipped 9th grade and his junior year and went straight to Morehouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just genius. And then you go from there to, okay, I'm a scholar, so I want to teach, but I'm a minister by heart, my family legacy. You know, Ebenezer Baptist Church. So I'm gonna be a reverend, but then I'm not just gonna be a reverend. Think about the people he studied. You know what I'm saying? He decided he was gonna be, you know, a doctor. of theology and religion and ideals. So I'm just like, do we really uphold him and who he was and how he lived his life? But we'll get back to that in a minute. We're going to take a break. Thank you for enjoying the Georgia Miss perspective. We'll be back in a minute. I'm just saying, like, I love him. Like, you know.
Yeah, like 40.
She said, pussy.
Okay, I posed the question to Emerald and Red Storm about how they use their life and their art and what they do every day to, you know, keep the legacy of a Dr. King alive, a Reverend Dr. King alive. How do you do, Emerald?
I really think about how he just got people together and made it alone. And that's what I think about. Like, it's one thing to be a great leader, but it's another thing to really be an organized great leader. And he was a great organizer and a great leader. So it's like, I'm a great leader, but that organized part of my life is, so I gotta get that organized.
Well, that wasn't him. That's another misconception that a lot of people have. People think Martin Luther King just came up one day and said, I'm gonna do this. No, it was two women who said, Shawty, you gonna do this. Understand that. It's a team behind every great man, every great movement, every great woman. You know what I'm saying? So what you gotta learn to do is trust those that come to you and are for real, and select your team wisely. But I feel you definitely do it in your heart.
Yes. Thank you.
So how do you feel?
Well, with me, I just spread the message that I spread, which is, uplifting of the neighborhood. Don't tear down your neighborhood. Kill the black on black crime, all that, selling drugs to your own people, all that type of stuff. So through that, I see that as the same as what Martin Luther King was doing. It's you're gonna find something to live for, you're gonna find something to die for. And he found something to die for. Well, within that, we've been watching through years and years when you have one man that can say something to a community or to the world and it mobilizes people. You know what I mean? That man has now become a problem, you know what I'm saying, to society. Society win off the losers. So if you clean everybody up and get them on the straight and narrow and doing everything the right way like Martin Luther King did, they don't have nobody to get paid off of. So they have to eliminate them people. So when I do my poetry, I'm saying all the time, I've said it in interviews, I'm saying it in this interview, I'm striving to come up to die. Because if I come up, like I want to come up and I preach the message that I want to preach, it's a problem.
Well, I'm not gonna claim that. I'm gonna claim that I'm gonna have the secret clique that click with all the folk all over the planet, and I'm gonna be 98, sitting on my porch, drinking some lemonade, smoking a blunt. That's what I'm gonna prophesy. I know. I'm with you, because I know, but also we can't be scared of that. Now look at other people like Dick Gregory, who has had several attempts on his life, and others around him had to perish, but he's still here preaching the truth. You know what I'm saying? So we can't,
That's why I started off saying you can't find something.
I just want you to feel me. I don't want you to play that.
That's just part of I have to look at both sides of everything. That's why people have security guards.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
They looking on both sides of the fence. You know what I mean? You got people that don't want me,
Speak, I know.
And if I'm doing it in God's will and out of God's grace, and I'm doing it for God, you got demons over here that don't want this to go down. So anything can go down. I'm not claiming that God got me covered.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's in His grace for me to do it for the next 50 years till I'm 90 or something, then so be it. But if not, I'm gonna do it hard and fast and save as many people as I can save.
Amen. That's what it's about. I love it. I'm with you.
It's a dangerous field of saving.
Free
every time.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? We every time.
Yeah, all day. All day. We gonna have to.
But it's underground because if it's up here, they're gonna wipe the train off the track.
You ain't never lied. We truly are the Underground Railroad. The salvation of our community and the souls of people. That's why we do.
That's what I tell people. That's what I tell people. They like, y'all on the grind, on tour and shit and certain. I'm like, no, this is fine.
say last when we go to this next segment, Martin Luther King is the greatest spoken word artist.
Ooh.
Period. We'll be right back with the